We found some Class C RVs that are less than 25 feet long, easy to drive, and they fit in most campsites. Stick around, folks. You're not going to want to miss these awesome floor plans. Hey guys, Mike from RVBlogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. And if you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I make tons of RV tour videos, and we also have our 3 websites that we run: RVblogger.com, motorhomefacts.com, and traveltrailerpro.com. But without any further ado, let's get started on our review of Class C RVs under 25 feet long. This Class C is the East to West Entrada, model number 2200S. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 12,500 pounds, a gross combined weight rating of 18,500 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 2,457 pounds. The hitch weight is 5,000 pounds. It measures in at 23 feet, 10 inches long, and it can sleep up to 6 people. When you first walk into this Class C RV, on the right-hand side, you'll find the driver's cab and the overhead cab. Then we wrap on around through the dinette and kitchen area, and behind me here is the bathroom and the bedroom. Now, our first impression when we walked in here is that this feels really nice and light and bright and airy when you walk in here, and that's because they have all the lighter color cabinets. Even the wall boarding is all lighter colored, so it looks really nice and light and bright in here. Now, the driver's cab up here is on a Ford chassis. It's the E350 Super Duty. And as far as the driver's seat goes, I sat in there. I was able to take the driver's seat all the way back to its maximum position to get as much leg room as possible, and everything worked out just great. Over top of the driver's cab, you have your overcab bunk area. The great thing about this overcab bunk is that you have all this headroom in here. It just makes it feel nice and big up top, and you could sleep up there without feeling claustrophobic at all, I'm pretty sure. Now, this particular bunk does not run from sidewall to sidewall, but it almost does. So in terms of length and width, we have about 81 inches, which would be 6 feet 9 inches by about almost 5 feet. It's about 4 feet 11 inches of space, so that's plenty of room for 2 adults to sleep very comfortably up top here. You'll also notice that there's a window on either end, so you can get a nice cross breeze up there, and there's a light on either end as well. Now, also up here in this cab over bunk area, up front here, they have a nice little area for some storage. They have a couple of cup holders, they have USB ports, and then they have the TV that slides out here. And when it swings out, I should say swings out rather than slides out, you can view the TV very easily from the dinette. But I think they made a little mistake in this model, and the reason I think that is because the head of the bed, I believe, is where the cup holders and the USB ports and all that should be. So I think this part of the bed should be at that end, so you can lay in bed at night, charge your phones, whatever, and then watch TV. But the way they have it set up, it just seems kind of backwards to me. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it too. We'll see if we can get some kind of a group consensus going. Anyway, right behind the driver's seat is where the dinette is located. And this is a pretty good sized dinette. I mean, you could fit 4 people in here relatively comfortably. They would, you know, you might bang your neighbor a little bit, but not too bad. We also have a nice big window over top of the dinette. And then we have some really huge storage cabinets above with a built-in shelf. So you have plenty of storage up there. Underneath of the cabinetry, you've got a light on each end. There's also a receptacle in the middle and some USB ports. So if you're sitting here working on your dinette, maybe doing some trip planning or getting some work done, and you need to plug in and power up, everything is right there and very accessible for you. Now, this dinette table will drop down, and the dinette does convert into another bed. And if you were to do that, you would end up with about 66 inches, which, for everybody that doesn't know how to convert inches and feet, that would be 5 feet 6 inches. And then your width is 42 inches. So, you know, a smaller sized adult or a kid, or maybe 2 small kids, could sleep here pretty comfortably. Now down below the dinette booths, they both have these nice big drawers that pull out, and the drawers make it nice and easy to access. Now across from the dinette is where the kitchen is located, and this is what we call an inline kitchen because all of your kitchen appliances are in line. It's a very efficient way to make the most of the use of the space that you have. Now this particular kitchen has these gigantic cabinets up top. One of them does not have a shelf in it, the other does. I think that's great because it allows you a little bit of flexibility in how you organize things on the one half of this cabinet. Down below that, we have a really nice round, deep single bowl sink with a beautiful faucet, which is also a sprayer. Next to that, we have a 3-burner propane range in here. And then behind that, you've got this window, so you get enough light in here into your countertop area. There's also a light above, and there are also receptacles and USB ports there as well. Now, down below your cooktop, you have a convection microwave oven down here. Now, I don't know about you guys. I'm going to bring up another point that I'll throw it out there to the group and see what you all think. But I don't like the microwave or convection oven being down here. First of all, it's hard for me to see all of the little buttons and stuff that you got to push. I have to bend over to see them. I don't like the fact that my kids or grandkids could open this up and touch something hot. But let me know how you like it. Some folks like the microwave below the countertop level. Other people want it up high. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below as well. Now, below your convection oven, you have another drawer here for additional storage. And then there's even more storage under the kitchen sink. If you need more countertop space, you can just lift this right up. Just beyond the cooktop and oven is where the refrigerator is located. This looks to be a 12-volt refrigerator with a separate freezer on top, which is a really great size for an RV this size. Now here we are in the bedroom all the way in the back of this Class C RV. And as you can see, the bed sits in a slide out, which creates more room in your bedroom for you. I do want to point out, in situations like this, when you have a bed that's in a slide out, clearly you have to tilt the bed up for the slide out to come in, or the bed is going to hit the bathroom. It won't work. And if you're in a situation where either your slide won't go out, or maybe you're at a Cracker Barrel or somewhere where you can't put your slide out for some reason, then your bed's not going to work for you. In that case, I would recommend just sleeping in your overcab bunk. But either way, I just wanted to point out, if that slide's not out, you really can't use the bed. Now the bed itself sits in this slide out. It's got a nice big window over top, which has a sliding window, so you can open that for maximum airflow. Up above, we have some storage space there with some lights underneath of the cabinetry in case you need a reading light. And the bed itself, let's see how big this thing is. Oh, it's 80 inches. And it's about 60 inches wide. So this is actually a residential queen size bed that's in here. So that's a great size bed. Now on the other side of the bed, there is a little end table there with a drawer under it. And you also get a receptacle with USB ports on that side of the bed. Now right behind me here is where you would mount your TV up on the wall. You've got a receptacle and your cable port up here. And if you put your TV on the wall here, you probably want to put it on some sort of a swing arm that might be able to turn so you can easily see it from your bed. Now, just outside of the bedroom and across from the refrigerator, this is where some of your storage cabinetry is, you know, for all your personal belongings and all that stuff. So up top here, you've got a nice big wardrobe closet so you can hang all your garments in there. You still have room underneath for more storage in here as well. And then you've got 3 drawers down below that are fully extendable for even more of your clothes storage. All right, guys, so here I am in the bathroom all the way in the back of this RV, and I have a really unusual feature that I found back here. This is the only shower stall I've ever seen in an RV where you could get a sunburn. And the reason for that is it's because the skylight is clear. Most of the time they're frosted white. They're not perfectly clear. This one's perfectly clear. I mean, I'm getting nailed by the sun in here. So just kind of a different feature, a different feel in the bathroom. It sure lets in all the natural light. The only concern is if you're parked under a tree, you know, some bird is going to go to the bathroom and there it's going to be. So you get to look at that. Anyway, while you're in the shower, let's go ahead and, while I'm in the shower, let's go ahead and get some ceiling heights. As you guys know, I'm 5'11", but up into that skylight, we have, gosh, 6 feet 11 inches of headroom. In the RV itself, you have 7 feet of headroom all the way throughout the RV, so that is all terrific. The shower in here has a couple of corner shelves, so you can get your soap and shampoo in here, and they did go ahead and install a retractable shower door, which in my opinion is much better than having a shower curtain. Now, outside of the shower, this is where your commode is located here. And some of you are thinking, well, wait a minute, there's no sink in this bathroom, but hang on a minute, maybe there is. Now, in the commode,
there.
What?
You can see it right there.
You can see it right over there a little bit. While you're sitting on the commode in here with the door shut, it's kind of cramped, I'll be honest. I mean, the door's right there. I don't know, I don't think you can sit sideways on this one, but you can't pass the elbow test on this side. You can pass it on that side. Let's take a look at the bathroom sink right now. Now, my little surprise got spoiled because the camera could see the sink. I just didn't know it. Susan knew it though, so thank God she's there directing us along. Anyway, this sink is outside of the bathroom. It kind of gives you that hotel-ish kind of feeling in here. I'm not a big fan of it, but I understand it. Somebody can be in there taking a shower or using the toilet, and the other person can be out here brushing their teeth, blow drying, putting on makeup, whatever's going on. So I get it. You know, it works. Now up top here, you have this nice mirrored medicine cabinet with tons of storage in there. Down below that, you have a good size vanity sink. This is one of the biggest bathroom sinks I've ever seen in any RV. In addition, you've got a receptacle in the corner, and then you've got some more storage down below the sink. Outside of this rig, you have 4 storage compartments, and I'm standing right next to the largest of the 4. Hey guys, we hope you're enjoying the video so far, and if you are, we also invite you to subscribe to our weekly newsletters that we send out. We send out weekly newsletters about RVing that are just full of information like how to maintain your rig, where to go RVing, and even more detailed RV reviews than what we do in our videos. And when you subscribe, you'll also get a free subscription to RV Today e-magazine, so you will be the most well-informed RVer out there. There's 2 really easy ways to subscribe. So if you're watching us on TV or on your computer right now, you can simply pull out your phone, put it in camera mode, aim it at the QR code on your screen, and it'll take you to our website where you can go ahead and subscribe, or you can just head straight on over to RVblogger.com, scroll about halfway down the home page, and you'll see right there where you can subscribe. So why not join the over 150,000 people that have already subscribed to our weekly newsletters and become the most well-educated RVer out there. This Class C RV is the Gulfstream BT Cruiser, model number 5210. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 12,500 pounds. It measures in at just 22 feet 6 inches long. It can sleep up to 2 people. And the hitch weight is 7,500 pounds. When you first walk into this Class C RV, on the left-hand side, you have a closet with some drawers underneath. Then you have the bathroom, which rolls around into the kitchen and living area. And in the front, we have the driver's cab. So our first impression of this Class C RV is that it's very different from any other Class Cs that we've seen before. First of all, there's no bed in here. Second of all, there's no dinette in here. So it's just a very, very different feel. And this Class C is really much shorter than a lot of other Class Cs that we've seen too. It's only 22.5 feet, where most of the smaller ones we see are right around 25 feet. So they've done a good job of taking a lot of features and jamming them into a small amount of space, which, hey, the big advantage is a 22.5 foot Class C goes a lot more places. It's much easier to drive, so you have all those nice advantages and benefits of a smaller Class C. Now, this Class C is built on a Ford chassis. It's built on the E350 chassis to be exact. Very nice, comfortable finish and fit up here in the driving area. One thing to note is that the driver's seat can move back to its full position. So if you're a bigger person and you need more room, leg room up here to be able to drive, you're going to have that in this Class C RV. Now, another unique feature here that Gulfstream does is sometimes they do not leave the overcab open. They'll build it in with this cabinetry, and it gives you some storage up here that you can use, and they put the TV in the center up here as well. So it's just another way of doing the overcab and making it look a little more finished off. Now behind that we have these two really nice and big luxurious couches. Now when I look at this camper, I really think it's kind of just meant for two people, right? So to have two gigantic couches is a little strange to me, I guess I'll say, because you don't need them if it's just two people in here. But these couches have three purposes. First of all, they are a place for you to just hang out and relax and take it easy. I was telling Susan earlier, hey, if we were both in here together, I could lay on my couch, she could lay on hers, and then we could watch TV together. So that's certainly one way that you could use this area. The second way is that this is your dinette area too. And I'm not going to set this all up, but I did grab the table, and the table would set up right here. There's a couple of poles that go into the holes on the floor, and your table just mounts on there, and you would have your dinette table here as well. So Susan and I could sit either next to each other or, you know, crisscross from each other and enjoy a nice meal on here while we're watching TV as well. And then the third function is that these couches do also become your beds. And I'll show you how that works real quick. First thing you do is, these are jackknife sofas. So all you do is lift up on the front, and then they just pull right on down. And on this side, we'll do the same thing, except I have to get out of here. And now you've got two beds that are here. Now, I guess you could maybe sleep two adults on one side and maybe two kids on the other, but I think everybody would be pretty cramped if you did that. So really the way it ends up is one person has a nice big bed and so does the other person. That's kind of how I see it. Now these couches measure in at about 74 inches, and then they are about 43 inches wide, but that's a little bit deceiving because you look at the end of the couch, it sort of goes down on both sides, and so I don't really think you're going to be sleeping out here, or you're going to end up in the middle. You're really going to be spending all your time in the center of the couch to make yourself comfy when you go to bed at night. A couple of other nice features to note about the living, bedroom, dinette area, if you will, are that underneath this couch there is a storage door here, and you do have some storage underneath of the couch. And then above both of the couches, you have cabinetry there for more storage as well. Now, underneath of the cabinetry up top, there are a couple of lights, and these lights are pretty cool. They have like a metal trim ring around them, so when you touch the metal ring, it makes the light go on and off. I keep missing. There we go. So that's kind of cool. There's also a couple of USB ports up top and an electrical receptacle as well. So one other thing to point out, and I'm a huge fan of big windows in RVs, are the big windows in this RV. There's one on each side. They're really a good size window, so they do let in a lot of natural light. And if you open these window screens, you can certainly get a nice cross breeze through here. Now, another thing that you can do to even create more space in your RV, when we have a Class C RV as well, and so there's a privacy curtain that comes that you can install right here. So at nighttime, when you're in here getting dressed or undressed or whatever, people can't look in through your front windshield. We bought a windshield cover that covers the outside windshield and the two side windows, and it has screens built into it so you can roll down the side windows and bugs don't get in. And so those window covers are fantastic. I highly recommend it. We use ours on our Class C for years and it's lasted. So I'll put a link in the notes down below, and you can find the same cover to fit your exact RV model, and I'm sure you will like it as well. So here we are back behind the sofa area, and we're in the kitchen area here. And this is a nice compact kitchen. I think it works really well. Up top here, you have a nice size cabinet for all your storage needs. Then you have a microwave oven here. Down below that, you've got a 2-burner propane stove. And then, of course, you have your kitchen sink. And this sink is a nice, big, deep, round sink. So you can get all your pots and pans in there. Nice gooseneck faucet with an integral sprayer. Makes a very good kitchen setup. Now, if you wanted to set up a toaster oven or a coffee pot, you'd have to put it up here somewhere. You do have a receptacle here that you can plug things into, but they really don't have a lot of countertop space in here. I kind of wish they had taken the stovetop and just moved it over a little closer to this wall, and that would have given us a little more countertop space between the sink and the cooktop. Now down below that, you have a nice deep drawer here for your pots and pans storage. Even a second one down here with a little latch that you can keep a tote under there with more kitchen utensils or pots and pans. And then you have more storage underneath of your kitchen sink. Now, just across from the kitchen sink and stovetop is where the refrigerator is located. And this has a nice cover on it. It matches all the cabinetry in here. And then you've got a skinny fridge in here is what we call them. It's kind of like a half fridge, but there's plenty of room in there actually. And then up top here, it does have a separate freezer compartment. It's not that big, but you can certainly keep your ice in there. And I don't think you're really gonna squeeze a frozen pizza in there or anything, but it'll keep you going for a long weekend for sure. Now, like I mentioned right in the beginning of the video, when you first come in the entry door, there is a cabinet here. And you can use this for a variety of storage purposes, right? You can just throw anything in here, boxes, totes, whatever. But up top, there is a bar. So if you want to make this your coat closet slash wardrobe closet, you know, that's probably what it's best suited for. You can hang up your shirts and jackets and still have room below to stow things away. And then it's got a couple of drawers underneath, so you can store some things there too. So here we are in the bathroom in the very back of the rig, and it's a good sized bathroom. I mean, they did a nice job laying this out. Now I'm standing in the shower like I always do, and let's see how much headroom that we have in here up into the skylight. Let's see. And we have about 6 feet 5 inches into the skylight. The overall ceiling height in this rig, it measures in at about also 6 feet 5 inches. So for you folks that are taller than that, this Class C may not make it for you. Everybody else, and I think it'll work just fine. Now the shower itself, you know, it's a little bit tight, but not too bad. I mean, it's certainly comfortable enough to take a shower in here. It does have 3 shelves in the one corner for all your soap and shampoo. And then they have a retractable shower door here, which is tremendous. I think this is a great space saver. Plus, it keeps all the water inside the shower. So just a great feature. Now, outside of the shower, that's where you'll find your medicine cabinet. Below that, you have your vanity top with a receptacle there, so you can plug in any appliances that you need, and then more storage below that. And finally, when I'm sitting on the commode and the door is closed, it feels like the door is right in front of my face, but I've got plenty of room in here. Otherwise, I can certainly pass the elbow test for sure. So here we are outside this Class C RV, and this is really the only storage compartment on the outside. It's not a bad size. I mean, you can get a grill in there and a couple of other accessories, but there's not a whole lot of room on the inside of this storage bay. So you'll probably end up having to store some things inside your RV while you're cruising down the road, and then you bring them outside and get your campsite all set up. This Class C RV is the Thor 4 Winds model number 22B. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 12,500 pounds, a gross combined weight rating of 18,500 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 2,259 pounds. Hitch weight is 8,000 pounds. It measures in at 24 feet, 1 inches long, which includes the ladder, and it sleeps up to 4 people. When you first walk into this Class C RV, on the right-hand side, you have the driver's cab and the overcab. Then we wrap around through the dinette and kitchen area, and behind me here is where the bathroom and bedroom are located. Now, our first impression when we walked in here is that this is the classic Class C RV layout, right? You've got your cab, your driver's cab, your overcab, your dinette, kitchen and bedroom and bath in the back, and it just works. It's just a great camper. We happen to have a Class C at home too, and it's set up very, very similarly to this, and we love it. Now, first of all, this particular Class C RV is built on a Ford 350 Super Duty chassis, and I hopped in the driver's seat. It does go all the way back as far as it can, and I fit in there very comfortably to be able to drive. Some of the classic Class C designs have a situation where the driver's seat hits the back of the dinette and you can't really get enough leg room to make it work. We have that problem in our Class C, but in the newer versions of the Class Cs, they really make them with that in mind. So they pull the dinette out of the way, and that way you can maximize your, leg space and everything in the driver's seat. Now, over top of the driver's cab is the overhead cab. And this is a really big overhead cab. It runs from one side of the RV all the way to the other, which means that it's 96 inches wide. And the depth on this is about 52 inches. So 2 adults could sleep up here, maybe a couple of kids for sure, and you have plenty of room. There's also a couple of cup holders back here in the corner, and then this front ledge up here on the other side of that ledge is meant for additional storage as well. There's also a window here that you can open and a vent overhead to get a nice draft or breeze through the RV. And then finally, they went ahead and mounted the TV up here, and that just swings out on an arm. And therefore, you can watch TV from your dinette, or you can just leave it in place up here and watch TV while you're lying in the over cab and going to sleep at night. Now, as I mentioned, the dinette's right behind the driver's seat, and you'll notice a few features here. First of all, I do want to point out there are some USB ports right up here, and they can either work for the dinette, or if you're lying in bed and you need to plug in an electronic device there, you've got this really nice size, big, giant window over top of the dinette table, a couple of lights, a couple speakers here, and you're good to go for a fun-filled weekend. Also up top, you have these gigantic cabinets with tons of storage space up there. And then down below here, we have our dinette table. Now, this has a couple of cup holders that are built into it. We love these in our RV. We have them both our Class C and our Class A, and I don't knock over my drinks that way. This also has a USB A and C charge port, and then underneath of the dinette there's another electrical outlet, so if you need to plug in any electronic devices and charge them or work, while you're working at your dinette table, you are all set. Now, this dinette table does drop down, and the dinette does convert into a bed, and if you were to do that, you would have about 72 inches by 42 inches. So, an average sized adult, definitely a little kid or two, could sleep on the dinette area very, very comfortably. Now, there are also 4 seat belts that come with this dinette, and on this end of it, this drawer fully extends, so you have lots and lots of storage space. Another really nice feature on the other side of the dinette is that it does have a tether in place in case you have any kiddos that are still in a car seat. Now, right across from the dinette is where the kitchen is located, and starting up top, you've got this really nice big cabinet in here, and Thor does a good job of putting adjustable shelves in here for you, so you can move these around and make your shelving setup however you would like it to be. Over top here, you have another narrow or short storage area, I would say, and then you've got a regular microwave oven here. Down below that, we have a 3-burner stove. And then next to that, we have a big rectangular single bowl sink with a sink drain. And then it's got this nice overhead faucet or gooseneck faucet, I should say, with a sprayer. Now, I do think it's interesting that this faucet comes in this brass color. So do most of the cabinet knobs that you see. But then all of a sudden, we sort of mix. And now we're going with a brass finish to like a stainless steel or a brushed nickel finish. Then we have our appliances that are either black or stainless steel, and then we have a brushed nickel knob on here instead of a brass knob. And then the hinges on the door are also brushed nickel instead of brass. Now, some of you guys know, I think I've mentioned in other videos, I was in the home building industry for the majority of my career, and so when I see stuff like hardware that doesn't match, it kind of drives me nuts. And even in my own home, I replaced all the hardware and hinges and everything so it all matches. But let me know in the comments down below if this kind of stuff bothers you or not. Some people might be like, hey man, you're making a big deal out of nothing. And other folks might be like, nope, I'm with you, Mike. It's all gonna match, or it doesn't look right. So let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. Now, just next to the kitchen sink, you do have an extend-a-top here. There's also a receptacle off to the side of that. So in the morning, if you need to set up your coffee maker or toaster or anything along those lines, easy to do. You got your receptacle right there. You're good to go. I also really like this nice big window over top of the whole countertop area. It just brightens everything up, makes it nice and bright and airy. Now, below the kitchen sink, instead of the standard cabinet doors that you would open, they have a series of drawers. The first one is like, you know, for sponges and things like that, scouring pads. The next drawer down is a little bit short because it'll run into the sink trap if it was longer. And then below that, we have just a couple of other drawers that you can use for your kitchen utensils. And next to that, and under the cooktop, we have a real oven here. So if you'd like to bake a pizza or an apple pie or whatever you're into, you can certainly do that. And then below your oven, you have more space for pots and pan storage. Just past the cooktop and microwave and all is where the refrigerator is located. Now this fridge is a really great size. Has a nice big freezer, very good size refrigerator, perfect for this size camper. And then right behind me here, you've got some storage space for some of your kitchen goods. Now, these are not very deep cabinets, but you'll see why in just a minute. So here we are in the bedroom, and the bedroom has a nice big slide out back here, and so therefore it makes the room a little bit bigger. It allows you to scooch around the bed and get in place. Over top of the bed, we have these 3 nice big cabinets up top. There are a couple of lights underneath of there. And then the bed itself has a window on each side, so you can get a little bit of cross ventilation through there. Let's get a measurement on this bed and see what size it is. So this is 74 inches long. And, my tape measure is going crazy. It is 60 inches across. So this would be considered a short queen bed in an RV, and that's typically what you're going to find are short queen beds. Behind me here is another window. This does not open. It's just an emergency window only, and you should open your emergency windows once in a while. They become stuck. Some of them have clips that hold them in place, and you can't open them until you remove the clips. You do not want to have to figure that out in an emergency situation, so we recommend just take your windows and open them and make sure you know how they work before you have an emergency situation. Now, just to my right over here is where your TV would mount on the wall. Thor does a great job of building in these TVs so that they're slightly inset into the wall. You've got your receptacle and cable outlet here, so all your wires that connect to your TV are out of sight, but it also helps when you're scooching around the bed to have the TV inset in the wall, and that way it gives you a little more room while you're making your way in and out of the bedroom. Now Susan and I just switched places in the bedroom, and she's standing where I was and I'm over here. There are a couple of other features to point out. One of them is a max air fan up top here, so you can really pull some air through here and get some nice cross ventilation going for you. And then you've got some nice storage here. There's a nice big drawer down below, and then up top here you have a nice big pass-through storage cabinet. So you can access this cabinet from inside the bedroom, or remember the mirror that was over top of the dinette out here? Well, that mirror swings open and that gives you access to the back side of this cabinet as well. Now here we are in the bathroom, and as usual I'm standing in the shower. Let's go ahead and get a shower height for you. As you guys know, I'm 5'11", but up into the skylight here we got, gosh, 6 feet 7 inches of headroom. The ceiling height in the entire RV is also 6 feet 7 inches tall. So, you know, good amount of headroom inside this Class C RV. Now the shower here is pretty nice. It's got a good looking surround in here. It has 3 nice big corner shelves for your soap, shampoo, conditioner, whatever. And then they went and put a shower curtain in here and just ruined it all for me. I'm kidding. It's still a good shower. I would prefer a retractable shower door in here. I just feel like they're a little nicer. You don't have the curtain blowing in on you. You don't have the problem of the curtain being outside of the shower and water running out there. Our grandson took a shower one time and the curtain was outside of the shower and water got all over the floor. You know, it's a pain in the butt. But those retractable shower doors are a really great option. You can install them yourself. They're pretty cheap. You can buy them online for a couple $100 or something and put it in and you are good to go. Now outside of the shower, you have your vanity and medicine cabinet over top. Now they did a corner medicine cabinet in here and I really like that. It gives you this nice big triangular space. And we have a similar cabinet like this in our RV, but without the built-in shelves. And Susan actually found some, triangular corner shelves that we were able to install in there. So if you ever need those, they're available on Amazon too. Below that, we've got this vanity with a runaway countertop. I don't quite get this. I don't think we really need this extension of the countertop. It's narrow and doesn't do much, but it's there. So if you want to put some things there, you can. It's a little bit of an engineering faux pas here. You've got your, your receptacle here for a blow dryer or whatever in front of your toilet paper roll. So if you had a roll of toilet paper on here, that would be hard to get to, I think. Down below your sink, you also have some additional storage. Finally, here I am on the commode in here, and even with the door shut, it's plenty of room in here. Feels very, very comfortable. Can't really pass the elbow test unless I kind of go like that. And once I do, I pass on both sides. So here we are outside this Class C RV, and there are two storage areas. There's one small one on the campsite, and then the larger storage area is in the back of this RV here towards the rear. Now, there's a couple of issues that I have with how they did the storage, and we've never really talked about this in one of our videos before, but Susan made a great observation, and that is this storage compartment is your main storage compartment. It's the biggest one, and it's not on the campsite of your RV, it's on the other side, which makes it, kind of inconvenient. So we would have much preferred for them to take whatever's on the other side underneath the bed over there. Maybe it could be a water tank, could be electronics. I don't know what's behind there, but they could have moved it over here and then put this storage on the other side maybe, and then that would be on your campsite. Because if you have chairs and grills and lanterns and all that stuff, you want it on the campsite. You don't want to have to walk around your RV to get all that stuff. Anyway, with all that being said, at least you have some decent outdoor storage on this Class C RV. Hey guys, let us know which one of these Class C RVs you like the most and why in the comments down below. So Susan and I would love to hear from you, and we do try to read and answer every comment each week. So join on in and have fun and comment away down below. But if you want to check out some more Class C RVs that are under 25 feet long, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.